Yo, what is good, everyone? This is LJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another Nintendo NX video that I have for you guys. So this one is going to be a little different because we have details, we have some information from the big man himself, Tatsumi Kimishima, the president and CEO of Nintendo, the Big N. And he has a lot of stuff to say about NX, but nothing too particular. That's the funny thing. Like, he says a lot about it, but then goes on to say kind of like a lot of nothing, kind of. But then it is kind of a big deal, so it's a little bit of like everything. Like, if you can't see me right now, but my hands are going all over the place, because that's what he's kind of. That's how I'm trying to describe what this dude has said about the Nintendo NX in his latest roundup. So there was basically like a Japanese interview. He said a bunch of different stuff. Nintendo's getting into movies. Nintendo's getting into this and that. Nintendo's going to do this. But we're going to focus on NX, and maybe I'll make another video on movies and all that. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I'm going to read the question, then I'm going to give his answer. So the first question on NX was, what are your thoughts on your next generation console, NX? Here's his answer. It's something very new. The hardware, the software lineup, all of it is something I'd like to play for the first time myself. Next question, and I will actually give my thoughts on everything at the end of all this. So, next question. By releasing in March 2017, you're missing the year-end sales. Isn't that a bit late? Here's the answer. It's for the purposes of our game development schedule. When people finish the launch titles, they'll want things to buy in the spring, on summer break, at Christmas. As such, it's not simply a question of when the hardware is ready, rather, we need to ensure our software lineup is also in a good place. Next question. Is that in response to the criticisms of the Wii U stalled out due to lack of games? Answer. That was indeed a learning experience for us. However, it's also true that we were struggling with the exchange rate at the time as well. Question. Given the NX will be released next March, won't that cause people to stop buying consoles this year? Answer. Our business is a very lively one. Of course, if you compare Wii U to Wii, you understand that situation. When the NX is released, the Wii U business will slow. But the 3DS has Pokemon coming this autumn, and that's such a big hit that I can't imagine the NX will have a negative impact on the 3DS. Question. It seems more to me that the NX will have an effect on Wii U due to the fact that both will be consoles. Answer. I suppose it can be seen that way. However, the NX is neither a successor to the Wii U nor to the 3DS. It's a new way of playing games, which I think will have a larger impact than the Wii U, but I don't feel it's a pure replacement for the Wii U. I'm sorry, I gotta laugh a little bit on that. Next question. The forecast for the fiscal year ending March 2017 remains unchanged from last year. However, projected Wii U sales are 240,000 units behind. Do you feel the NX will sell enough to make up that difference? Answer. The NX is still uncertain quantity, so any numbers are tentative. However, it's true it will be difficult unless we foster a strong interest in the NX in our customers. In addition, I have high hopes for the sales of our smartphone apps. Last question here. I am curious about the price. Nintendo has had a history of value-focused consoles. Answer. It's true, there is a certain expectation for the prices of Nintendo consoles. Our developers put a lot into them, but we cannot sell at a loss. The final price is determined by balancing these two conflicting ideas. I don't believe it's as simple as, because this is a new platform, we can make it more expensive. Alright, so like I said, a lot of different stuff and information here, but not a lot of hardcore like details on this system. So there is one thing that I want to go back to, and this person who's asking the questions did a really good job of phrasing this question, because it really kind of put Mr. Kimishima in like a tight spot here. So I'm going back to this question here. It says, it seems more to me that the NX will have an effect on the Wii U due to the fact that both will be consoles. So he already puts the preface out there. Oh, well, it's a console, right? Nudging, nudging. And Mr. Kimishima has to think about it. I'm pretty sure if I was in that room, Mr. Kimishima would probably pause for a little bit to think about his question before he says it, because Nintendo, as far as from anyone from the Japanese side of things, outside of Kensuke Tanabe, nobody's really said it's like a straight home console. Kensuke Tanabe said that at E3, and Reggie Fils-Aimé also called it a home console, the Nintendo NX, a home console at E3. I think, for the most part, what Nintendo's trying to do here, Nintendo is not trying to tip their hand in any way. And I think that's why you get this answer from. I suppose it can be seen that way. However, the NX is neither successor to Wii U nor it is to 3DS. So then what is it? Is it a flying, transforming machine that plays games by just looking at it? You don't even need software. You just look at it and you think of the game that you want to play. This is getting kind of like, okay, we all know that it's a replacement for the Wii U, in my opinion. It's a replacement for the Wii U. Although it's probably going to have some properties that make it portable. You're probably going to be able to pick things up when the next portable comes out and play those games and transfer them back and forth. There's probably going to be some supplemental computing devices. It's going to be a new thing, like he says. It's going to be something different. Not something different in a bad way, in my opinion, because Nintendo knows if you bring some type of big gimmicky controller or some type of Wii remote, that type of technology doesn't last very long. You know why it doesn't last very long? Because people get tired of playing games like that. People just want to sit down on their couch or in their chair and play games. So while I do think that this is going to be a new way to play games, I don't think it's going to be anything so vastly different that it's going to alienate the core gamers. I think it's going to be a good gimmick. At this point, Nintendo has to think of a good gimmick, because another bad gimmick like the Wii U gamepad is going to cost them problems. And when I say bad gimmick like the Wii U gamepad, I don't mean necessarily that the Wii U gamepad is just horrible. I just think that the Wii U gamepad is not something that has a large amount of appeal to core gamers. It doesn't have a large amount of appeal because it's bigger, the battery life isn't good, and that's something that core gamers don't like. Core gamers don't like huge controllers, and core gamers don't like bad battery life. Those are the two things that core gamers don't like. Therefore, Wii U sales suffer, in addition to many other factors. So I don't think that there's going to be anything that's necessarily like that. I don't think it's going to be another Wiimote situation to where you really piss people off and you really go in towards the casual market. I just think when he says new and it's not a replacement, I think it's going to be something completely different. It's going to be something to where you can have different ways of experiencing your games, whether it is playing on the go with when the portable comes out, when it is the connectivity between Nintendo's different IPs that they have. That's what I think. I think there might be some smartphone integration. I think that's another way of saying a different way to play. You can actually have downloadable apps straight from the game onto the smartphone that can aid you in the game while you play. There can be different information that cycles through as you play on your smartphone that's right there available to you, or potentially using your smartphone in conjunction for mini games, like when you're at like a base camp or things like that. There's all sorts of possibilities, and there's already been rumors that Nintendo can do something, or Nintendo will be doing something with smartphones integrated into their console business. So that's why I think, or that's where I think he's getting, it's a new way to play. Some people are getting really worried about that, and they think it's another gimmicky thing. They think it's like another Wii U, but Nintendo has already stated multiple times, this is not Wii or Wii U. This is not Wii or Wii U. Both of those systems have flamed out. They're both flamed out. They're both done. They're both done. So I don't think Nintendo's going to sit there and make another thing that's already done. The Wii U's done, so I don't think he's going to sit there and make another one. What's the point? What's the point of doing that? So I do want to talk one more thing. The question that says, is that in response to criticisms that the Wii U stalled out during the lack of games? And it says, yes, it's a learning experience. And how many learning experiences does Nintendo need? Like, yes, it's a learning experience. You guys always are running out of games. You guys are always lacking the third-party support. That's the one thing. I hope this really is a learning experience, because Nintendo seems to sometimes just not care. Like with the Wii U. The Wii U, it's just like, where was the games afterwards? Where was the core games at launch? You're making platformers, you're making mini game collections, and you're making Lego City, and it's like, you already have a million Lego games coming to the system. Why are you making another exclusive Lego game? It's like one of those things. Will they learn their lesson? We're going to have to wait and see, because people want the core games, Nintendo. Bring the games, and like you said, they want to have games not only at their launch, but they want to have games spring, they want to have games summer, they want to have games fall, Christmas. You need to keep a tight schedule releasing this software, and the software can't be, look, I understand people like the little type of software like Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, but it can't be that type of gimmicky software, Nintendo. If that's what you plan on releasing in between, that's going to be a problem. Please let it be actually good titles that people are expecting, not, you know, tap the screen to do stuff. Like, not that, please, not that. So, and not 2D platformers all the time either. So I'm really hoping Nintendo learns and says, okay, we're going to bring quality, high quality, in-depth games that aren't like $40 to $60 platformers. Like, I really hope it's not that. I really hope that it's franchises and games that get people excited to purchase your hardware, because 2D platformers no longer do that. We saw that with the Wii U. Highest quality 2D platformers probably ever, or not ever, but highest quality 2D platforms out of any of the systems, yet nobody bought the system because everybody who wanted those 2D platforms already purchased it just for that one, which was like Mario or something like that. So hopefully Nintendo learns and kind of does more variety with their games. Other than that, that's pretty much all I want to talk about. Mr. Kimishima has spoken. Hopefully we get some details on the Nintendo NX soon, just because I really want to see what's going on with the system. But the more as the days go on and everything, the closer we get. So let me know what you guys think about Mr. Kimishima's comments in the comment section below. Alright guys, that basically wraps it up for this video here. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips and tricks, and everything on the Nintendo NX. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.